Irashaimase! Hello and welcome to Fitaurus Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Fitaurus. It's time once again for Shoot 'em Up Saturday, and on the menu this Saturday, we have Oath to the Stars, a title currently in development by Himeki Games. What kind of taste will it have? Let's get cooking and find out. Today we'll be looking at the demo that's currently available for Oath to the Stars. Right off the bat, you can see we have the option to play at 1-player or 2-player. The 2-player is local only, but it's great to see that option there in a game, especially in the demo version. As we select 1-player, we see that there are 4 difficulty settings we can select between. Easy through Inferno, so easy, normal, hard, Inferno, and then we can start our demo. There's only one stage available right now, which is a bit of a disappointment, but I feel it does give a good glimpse of what to look forward to in the finished product for this title. Anyway, let's get cooking. As we start the game, we're given a few cutscenes that kind of cover the story of the title. The basic synopsis is Hoshiko was betrayed by her friend Chiyoko, and now she's seeking to find Chiyoko, looking for answers and revenge. Oath to the Stars is a relatively straightforward vertical scrolling shoot 'em up. We have our main shot, and we also have a laser. Use of the laser drains the meter on the left, but we can refill that meter by defeating enemies quickly once they arrive on screen. The faster we defeat them, the larger the shards they drop, and the more we can refill our laser, the more we can use our laser. The laser also has a really awesome function called the distance overdrive, where the closer you are to the enemy, the greater your power of your laser. It gives a lot of incentive to being up in the enemy's face, but with this being a Danmaku bullet hell, you need to be careful, as that is a very risky proposition to be sure. So it pays off to defeat enemies quickly. And that covers the basics. We do also have a combo meter that builds as we defeat enemies, so the more enemies we defeat, the higher the combo meter will build. So one thing that I really do like about Oath to the Stars with my time with it so far is the abstract design of the enemies. And our own fighter, for that matter. It leaves a little bit to the imagination, and it's fun to just kind of fill those blanks in yourself, as well as it gives an impression of something alien. You do get a good visual indication for the power of your laser, as it makes the screen visibly shake the closer you are to your current target. And here we find ourselves at the boss of stage 1. So the boss has 2 primary modes that we cycle between. The first one, we have to destroy all these appendages, or rather the pink tips of the appendages. Then the core will open up and become like vulnerable, taking advantage of some death and vulnerability there. If we dive into the path to the core that's opened up there, we can take full advantage of the distance overdrive of our laser, dealing massive damage to the enemy. Now here, it's not quite as easy to deal the damage if we're further back, making the cycle take significantly longer. I do enjoy the bullet patterns that this boss has, and if other bosses have similar bullet patterns, we have quite a bit to look forward to as far as this title is concerned. Trying to find a good opening, get in there, and after 3 cycles, the boss is done. But apparently, the hitbox persisted. You get a status screen at the end of your stage, and as we continue, we're taken back to the start screen because, as I mentioned, there's only one stage in the demo. So, what are my feelings on it? Plus flavors. I definitely like the colors that they used on there. The bright background and the abstract enemy design really brings a lot of imagination to this sort of title. Some of the minus flavors I have on it, though, I feel like there's needs to be more variety to the stage itself. I realize that this is just the first stage, but I felt like a lot of the enemies and the patterns were similar. Towards the end, there were the centipede-like enemies as well as the big beam-firing enemies that did shake things up a little bit, but for the most part, I feel like there could be a little bit more to the base stage itself. And then, as far as controls are concerned, it would be nice if there was an option for a slow movement or a focus fire as well. But that said, I definitely enjoyed my time so far with Oath to the Stars, and I think it's a title that's worth looking to the development and seeing how this title develops. So, there you have it, Oath to the Stars, served up for your enjoyment. As always, I want to thank you so much for coming out and joining me for Shoot 'em Up Saturday, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.